back with another video. Had a few more minutes to spare after the last one, so I'm making another one. This is going to be probably the most classic one we will be doing. It is a 1963 Dodge D100 short bed. Now this car, I mean, it had no air conditioning, no radio. It had an ashtray. I mean, it was all, I mean, this car was crazy. It was probably like a work truck or something. The bumper is stock. You can see a lot of things are stock on it because it's a rat rod style. Basically, everything needs to look rusty and old. Like this is your little 60s, early 60s kind of bumper flat, you know? Your double headlight. And this is not stock. We don't know really what this came from. It was built in 1963. We don't really know its past or history. But we don't know where that came from, but we know this is not stock. You got a little Dodge thing there. It looks very nice. Now here's more stuff. Tires, they're definitely not from the 60s. I mean, they'd be gone by now. Those things are from an Oldsmobile. They're moon wheels, little dot in the middle kind of thing. They look really nice. Now this car was, it's very, very old. You can see kind of that, and it was really weird. Now, the biggest thing about these kind of cars back in the day was this right here. See, you would get in and you would rest your hand on this while you were inside. And you can see it happen so many times, but the paint is gone from arm resting on this thing. Now, these things do pretty good. I mean, they had your normal little crank windows. A lot of these windows are cracked. You had a little fold window back in that day. This is a classic 60s mirror. It's a custom. It's not stock. You could put this on. Back in the day, we don't know. These little cable holders. That's not stock. That's normal. You can clearly see where the bed thing, where that top would go. It's sliding that thing right there. Those 4 squares. You're gonna see them a lot. Everything else is pretty stuck. You can see this little design the Dodge decided to put on. It's the cool line all the way that makes it very iconic and classic. Now, the bumper is really, really stock. Now, right here, I'm Oklahoma proud. It says that. Well, this was bought from a guy in Oklahoma. It's now in Texas, where it belongs. That is about to say, I'm Texas proud. Now, God knows how old this is probably from the 70s. I mean, look how cracked it is. It has a custom exhaust, nice chrome, very new. You got your little devil plates. You got those little horn. You got the new light, new plate, all that good stuff. The bumper's completely stock. Now, back in those days, their cars weren't as good back in the day, so you would have to, you take that. Then when you did that, then you have to do this. Bolt, grab it. Now then, you'd grab it, and then you'd put your things on these hooks right there, like that. Then you put it like that, and you just sit on it like that. And that's how it was back in the day. Now, jumper cables obviously did not come with that. Board did not come with that. You could see how there was a very, very big tire thing. Don't know why it was that big back in those days, but I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's the 60s when this thing was built. You can see a sticker was there on this thing, but it's gone now. A reflector once got there, you can see by the marks. Now, let me show you the interior. Now, this is what made it really crazy back in the day. This was very odd. I mean, in those days, it was very different. Here's the odd part. Oh, by the way, these seats, they are not stock. These are just Chevrolet Silverado came out and put into this. These seats are like 2015s. You know, you can see your little seat belt there. The gas tank was right behind the seat too. It's kind of dangerous nowadays. I definitely not going. Now, we still don't, like I said, here's the cool part. Most classics had this back in the day. This is what most of Texas calls 3 on the tree. It's a manual shift. It has three gears. It's called a 3 on the tree. Now you can see a little ashtray. When was the last time you saw an ashtray? Your really old review mirror. You see, this is very not stock. I mean, I forgot what it's called, but it's like a little soft thing that went right on the roof. You can see that one of the sun things is gone. Now there's a lot of stickers came in here over time. Like there's a sticker that says later turds. Yeah, stuff like that. You got a really squeaky little glove box. I'm not gonna open that because it's gonna completely crush your ears. Now back in these days, it was very normal to have these kind of curving to all the way to the door kind of things. That's very nice. You have to slam the door really hard for it to shut right, otherwise it won't. Again, you just twist that how you want it. You'd open the door like that. Now the pedals were super weird. You have like a pedal to brake and you have the clutch pedal. This has because back in the 60s and 50s and like in 70s and stuff, they had mostly, a lot of times you'd find gun racks in cars. You'd put your gun. This is just a little BB gun we decided just to put there, so it's not a real gun, don't worry. You got a little Longhorn sticker there that's there. It had no air conditioning, none of that. It had no radio. All you could hear was just the sound of the engine. Very old back in those days. There was always just a bench seat. They got really rotten, so they put new ones in before we brought it. Yeah. And you can see it's very curved. It feels very spacious. You can put your feet very out. I mean, it feels like a spaceship when you're in it now, because you're never gonna find a car new like this ever. I mean, it's just not common anymore. That's the one thing. Their trucks like this were always 3-seater and always 2-door. Now, this time it's really the last car of the day, so maybe I may do another one later. This is the 1963 Dodge D100 flatbed, long bed, sorry. And then, yeah, that's it. So, catch you later. Bye.